Good afternoon. It's 12:02, so we missed the morning by like 2 minutes. God damn it. Good morning. How are we all doing? Afternoon, even. I've just said it. Good afternoon. How are we all doing? Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. You'll notice this is the Ice Cream Uploads studio. No, it's not. It's not that. It's not that. We have the Ice Cream Uploads studio in progress. Do you know, I wish I could dial in to bring up Bibby, because Bibby is on his hands and knees, dusty and dirty to feck, because the Ice Cream Upload Studio has been out of commission for pretty much 18 months. We did have a few streams back in like October, November, December time-ish. We had about 5 streams, socially distanced, a stripped out studio, which was kind of... It was nice to be in the studio, but it wasn't the proper studio. Anyway, the studio is in progress. Bibby is ripping it all apart. If you haven't seen it, we did have a nice little thread on social media the other day, which showed off a few things. Actually, we've been posting quite a bit this last few days. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the world of ICU. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let's open this one up first. That one? Nice. So this is what the ICU studio looks like. So we have, you can see here, that's like a raised plinth behind this, which is behind the camera, which is a big studio desk, which you can see there on the camera. A studio desk, couple of chairs, some screens. That is the basis of it, but we also have other bits, so we can change the way that the studio looks. So we've got studio lighting, we've got triple monitor mounts, plus a portable monitor / console stand, 4K camera, standard 720 or 1080p side camera. I mean, obviously old Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4 in the background, because why not? And these two beautiful gentlemen, yes, nice. As well as that, we also have these two beautiful gentlemen, which are the same people, plus free alcohol from Loading Bar in London, which are beautiful people, by the way. Green screen stuff. There's the side cam. That's when we were doing PES League Live broadcasts and stream decks and stuff like that. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So we have that. We aren't quite ready yet. Also, the fact that we haven't properly used the studio for like 18 months means it's probably out of date. The world of content creation has moved on since we were last in that studio. Graphics cards have moved on, so we need to upgrade our graphics cards in our streaming PCs and our gaming PC. The actual studio desk itself, you can't see it in any of those pictures, but we have basically a production area in the corner of the studio that it looks like a dumping ground, because that's kind of what it has been. Also, the office has still been in production over the last 18 months. So the studio is full of cardboard boxes full of merchandise for the games that we work on. So we work on quite a lot of video games. If anyone doesn't know, Jelly Media, which is the company that we actually are, so we are Jelly Media, and Ice Cream Uploads is like the side gig. So Jelly Media still does a lot of stuff and has been doing a lot of stuff for multiple different brands across the video games industry. So we have tons of merch boxes inside the studio for games that are current, games that are upcoming, games that have been out. So yeah, it's basically, because it's been a half warehouse of an office, people have been taking in deliveries and then just leaving it. So the studio has turned into just a dumping ground. Plus the fact that all of the imagine all of the Windows updates that you've done over the last 18 months. I mean, Windows updates are scary anyway, but imagine doing 18 months of updates at once. Plus the same for OBS, plus the same for, we use a program called vMix for our broadcast, just because it's a bit more bigger. It gives you a lot more functions than the likes of OBS and stuff does, higher production values, potentially a lot more work, but yeah, all of those updates. So yeah, we've got tons of stuff. So no Bibby today, because he's fixing all of that stuff. No studio, because we can't do that. So I'm back at home to make sure that we don't have back-to-back days without a scoop. There's a chance we could be back with a scoop tomorrow from the studio. There is also an equal, if not a bigger chance, that we won't have a scoop tomorrow, because we're both of us back in the studio, and therefore won't have the facilities. You ain't got the facilities for that, bruv. So we'll see what it happens. But anyway, that's a quick update of where we are in terms of the studio. There are other updates that we have had on our social media that you may have seen over the last few days, like the fact that we are taking requests for these bad boys. So if you're after an Ice Cream Uploads hat, if you'd like one of the super limited edition, only 15 hats of these exist in the world, and only 5 of this style, 5 of the blue style, and 5 of the flat peak style. So there's only 15 Ice Cream Uploads hats, 5 of each style. We are going to make another run of just the blackout hats. So if anyone missed that on social media. I'll bring that one up on screen for you as well. So these are the hats. A lot of you have been asking, so we're going to make some of these. So that's the hats. On the side, it has a nice little Twitch glitch. It has our URLs on the ribbons inside, like full-on new era style hat, and there's the flat peak cap as well. So we are going to make some of those up because a lot of people keep asking. We've never done that because it's a lot of effort and it requires us to ask you guys for money, because obviously if you want to buy a hat, you have to pay for it, and we don't want to make people pay for stuff. So we've never pushed that before, but quite a lot of people have asked, so we are willing to go and see if we can do that stuff. So if you want one of those, do check the Discord out. It is all in there. There is a new thread called a new channel called ICU merch. So if you're interested in buying one of our hats, feel free to throw in there. If not, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all right. You don't have to. I mean, we've had these hats for over a year. That's how not on the ball we are in terms of making you pay for stuff, because we didn't think you guys would be interested, but a lot of people have said that you are interested. So yeah, this is something that we could do. We still might not do. We haven't got the prices and stuff. We're trying to make sure that the prices aren't too high. Obviously, a lot of hats are 25, 30, 35 quid for content creators. We're trying to keep ours around 15, 16, 17 quid, maybe max. I think that's where we might get it in, and hopefully we can include the postage and packaging within that too. If not, it might be on top, but we'll tell all the prices before anybody commits anyway, because you might go, actually, didn't realize it was going to be that much, and then at that point we can just kibosh it, but we're looking into it for you anyway. Let's jump through the chat and see who's here. Chappers was here nice and early, saying first. Nice. Chappers has confirmed his age of 11 years old. He has a good head of hair / facial hair for an 11-year-old. So GG Chappers, nice. Tito's a studio hype. And then Chappers says, oh shit, is it a studio special? Wait, just see the tweet. Bibby's in the studio, but he's playing that fucking golf game again. Yep, Bibby's working hard today. And when I say working hard, as we always say, he's hardly working. I haven't actually seen his tweet though. So if he's tweeted that he's on golf again, honestly, Bib, get that studio sorted, mate. Oh no, that was yesterday. Yeah, okay. I thought it was on it again. All right. I was about to get handsy then. Tito, good morning, afternoon, good afternoon, even. Yes. Show says, oi. By the way, if anyone didn't see Shogun Ash live streaming yesterday, I turned on his stream for about 5 minutes, and then even though I love the man very, very much, I suddenly found a profound hatred. And I mean, I know hate is a strong word, but I fully back that word. Now, he was doing, what's the word? A tier maker, that's it. I was going to say rank. He was doing tier makers for biscuits. And obviously biscuits is something that's passionate. It gets the people riled up. It's provocative. Everyone knows what they want from the world of biscuits. And what you want from the world of biscuits is not what I want, which is not what Show wants, evidently, because Show's tier maker. I mean, I would like to say that he's a world-class content creator and he was causing a stir just to get the people riled up to make his content better. But I believe he's just an evil, evil person. And put Fox's jam creams above chocolate digestives. Anyway, moving on. Ish, not even ish. It's like sometime. Ish is out the window, says Viv. It's all right. I mean, we've had worse issues than this. But yeah, good morning, Viv. How's things, dude? West. Let's talk about West, baby. Nietzsche says, well, hello there. Good afternoon. I almost corrected myself then to change you back to morning. Good afternoon, Nietzsche. How's things? Did you get your monitor stuff sorted? Gagad says, good morning, gents. Lurk, thank you very much, Gagad, for the lurk. Chapper says, it feels weird that even though I've been here for 18 months or so, I've only seen like 3 streams in the studio. There used to be tons of it. Obviously, Show will tell you. Show came into the studio a few times. We hosted Score Against Cancer charity stuff. We've actually got some plans for some more charity stuff over this next year or so. I say plans. We are planning. We haven't locked anything in, but we're going to do some sort of charity streams. Plus, it'd be nice to do some community streams as well, because over the last 18 months, we've made a lot of new friends. So obviously, we do a lot of stuff with the Pro Evo community, and we have done with Show, or should I say eFootball community now? Not Pro Evo, not PES, eFootball. So we've done some stuff where we had the PES community / eFootball community in the Ice Cream Upload studio. We've not really done that with a PUBG community, and plus, obviously, we've made big friends with the 30+ community. So I feel like we kind of need some either in a community or cross-community meetups. And when you've got a big studio space like we have, plus vending machines and all that stuff, then why not? Why not? So we might be looking at doing that sort of stuff. Obviously, socially distanced with, all of the antibacterial hand stuffs and whatever, but we'll look into it. Maybe not for the foreseeable, maybe not this side of Christmas, but definitely something that we're going to start looking at again. It feels good to have people in the same room, socially distanced. I'll take an old 2060 Super. To be fair, we had, I think it might have been a 2060 in our streaming PC, but because it hasn't been used, someone cannibalized it. The graphics card was taken out of the streaming PC to put into one of the design PCs in the office upstairs. So our streaming PC downstairs has been nerfed. so yeah, we'll take an old 2060 Super as well, Viv, if you got one going spare, because some pinched hours. We'll get it better. I saw one where they were trying to social distance and balancing laptops on their laps. Yeah, the one where I dropped my laptop 3 times and almost broke the stream deck. Fuck's sake. I think that happened in every social distance stream, to be fair. It wasn't great. On that note, Windows 11 is underwhelming. Is it really? I mean, I always find Windows just whelming. It does the job. I've never sat there and once gone, this is class. Or maybe I did. In the early days of Windows XP, after using like Windows 95 or whatever for about a bajillion years. Mockery of a stream, sure, says Bib. Mr. Gallic Clark says, morning, dude. Good afternoon, sir. I'll take it. Airborne says, lads. Hey, I mean, I did ask in the stream last week. Airborne, is that Mr. Mike Airborne? If it is, welcome in, dude. Yay. Good to see you. Tito says, did he have Rich Tees anywhere near the top? They have no place alongside a godly hobnob. To be fair, he was on point with his Rich Tee stuff. His Rich Tees were a little bit downplayed, which is what they should be. Rich Tees are an embarrassment. That's they're okay if someone's offering them for free. I'm not going to turn down free biscuits. All right, but it's like you put your Rich Tea in a cup, and it's like that. Like I want to say, litmus paper's not the one. It's like rice paper. It just dissolves. It's like putting toilet tissue into your brew. Nobody got time for that. So yeah, Rich Teas were marked down. He did have that pretty well. He did start a conversation about a chocolate digestive being not as good as a chocolate hobnob, which I don't know how I feel about that one, because I absolutely love both of them. I would welcome a debate on that one, but there was a lot of stuff that he was doing that I wouldn't welcome a debate on, because he was extremely wrong. I mean, it's his opinion, and your opinion is right for you, but it was wrong. Marlo, hello, how are you doing? How's things? Have you played any Insurgency? Congratulations once again for winning last week, by the way. What did you think of the game? What do you think? Ad says, what the fuck? Tazebad says, fire them. Is that regarding the graphics card being stolen? It's fine. They needed it. We weren't using it. And we had tons of graphic stuff that we still... So obviously being a marketing agency, we do website design, a little bit of development, not much, because that's kind of like old school stuff now. A lot development you can do for yourself with sort of web buildery stuffs, the WordPresses and stuff like that. So we don't do much dev, but we do a lot of development, and designers needed design, should I say, and the designers needed designable PCs, so we'll let them off. Classic laptop balancing banter. Preview has expired. Please sub to continue watching. Twitch is muddered. What? Twitch is asking you to sub to continue? What? Okay, so, I've just seen Marlo's posture check. I don't know why that didn't come up either. Because that should come up, right? Does that... Maybe it didn't. I don't know if it did. But yeah, posture check. Okay, I'll set up. Let me see, actually. No, I'll leave it off. I'll set up. I can't guarantee that I'll sit up straight for long, but I will try to stay set up for you, Marlo. Hashtag flat peak wanker. West talking about babies. So yeah, the hats that I was talking about. So I don't have a flat peak hat because I'm not a hashtag flat peak wanker, as West says, but we had a few different styles. We had the LA Dodgers style hat, the blue and white. Obviously, this is better for showing you what the features are on it. So it's got the Ashram Applause logo, the Twitch glitch, and then our URL on the inside. So we had 5 of these made up, 5 of these, which is the same but entirely blackout, and then the same but with a flat peak. And we started a little bit of a heated discussion on the Discord yesterday. Between the flat peak wankers and the curve peak wankers. So yeah, feel free to go choose your side. Even if you're not going to buy one, feel free to go get involved. On that as well, I know we're still not got into the news, but a lot has been happening over the last few days. We have deleted our everyone notifications in Discord, because we know a lot of people have multiple different social channels. Some people use Discord. Some people use Twitter, some people use Twitch, some people, whatever. We post across all of our channels, so there's a good chance that you will see that we are going live. And Twitch will tell you that we are going live if you have your notifications turned on. So we have removed the everyone notifications in our Discord because we just felt like it was one of those things that we set up in the first days and has never been changed. And we didn't feel like we wanted to spam you to let you know that we're live every time. So if you do want our go live notifications, there is a live alerts role reaction stuff that Bib set up yesterday, I think it was, in our Discord, or maybe Monday. So yeah, you won't get spammed when we go live unless you want that, because the everyone notification is good, but a lot of Discords overuse that, and I don't want ours to be like that, so we've removed that. So you will only get everyone notifications. Like with the merch stuff, that was just a, if you want it, get involved. If not, don't, but we didn't want anyone to miss it, and then that's it, it's gone. So the go live stuff, you will hopefully stop getting less of that unless you subscribe to it. So yeah, that's another one. Anyway, rich teas are very mid. I agree. They're okay. They're not bad, but they're also not exceptional. They're not worth celebrating. They're worth eating, but they're not worth celebrating. Some biscuits like pink wafers, are they even worth eating? Is it even a biscuit? It's whereas a rich tea, you'd eat that, yeah. Airborne says, yes, mate, nice to see you. Hey, I thought it was. Nice one, dude. Welcome in. Check, posture check. Okay, I'm still sitting up. 100% not a little Gollum Hobbit thing. I was torn. Hobnobs and digestives, both very elite. Yeah, exactly. I mean, my biscuit jar, you were talking about me being a big, what did you say I was, a big fat biffer or something like that? No, you didn't. You mentioned that I'm a man that likes biscuits, but how do you say that without calling someone fat? I do like biscuits. And I've got proof that Show wasn't just calling me a biff, although you can't quite see it. Graham's biscuits, although this is full of flapjacks because, you know, needs must. Also, Show was talking about Gary Baldy's yesterday, and he rated Gary Baldy's much, much higher than I would. That said, if I go into my biscuit jar, that is essentially a Gary Baldy. It's actually a spiced biscuit, so it has like almost like winter spice, although they're actually been sat in there since Easter. They're Easter spice biscuits, but yeah, I'll eat them, but they didn't deserve to be that high up, mate. There was no mention of Anzac. That's the tier maker. I mean, did you make that? I don't know how tier maker actually works. Do you choose what biscuits go in that show? Because, I mean, to be fair, Anzac would have probably just had a lot of people going, West, what is an Anzac again? Even though I asked West last week and the week before what's in an Anzac biscuit, I've forgotten, and it still sounds like a pharmaceutical firm. I played the game. It's awesome game. Game is for 100 out of 100. I don't know what you mean. Bacon June says afternoon. Viv says hashtag flat peak wanker. Good old flaps. Nice Toronto Blue Jays colour scheme. Actually, no disrespect on my Jays. Well, that's Toronto Blue Jays colour scheme. I suppose it is. Yeah. I see that. That's what we're going for. Feel free to. We've got 4 of those. If you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan, nobody seems to want them. Only one person wanted the blue and white one, and that was Precision, who wanted it because it's Rangers colour scheme. Sorry, been driving. Not sorted a monitor yet, but know what he's looking for now. Also got road rage when you mentioned Juggen last live. Put jam creases above chocolate digestives. Lunatic. I know. Can't chat but can view the stream. Fucking or can chat but can't view the stream even. Fucking Windows 11. Oh, yikes. Well, we appreciate you just watching us. Hang on. When is ICU live? Now? I don't know what you mean. Or just tune in at 10 a.m. Monday to Friday. Exactly. 10 a.m. ish. 10 a.m. Mate. Rich tea has as much strength as a cup of tea. In a cup of tea as an inflatable car. Hashtag Gary Clarkism. Love a Gary Baldy and a fig roll. I mean, I'm a big fan of fig rolls. 100%. Although I do take the piss out of Danielle whenever she mentions fig roll, because Danielle loves a fig roll, and I always say that they're for old ladies, even though I like fig rolls. Shh. It doesn't matter. We'll go with the stereotypes. Works on my phone. Fucking Windows 11. Australian and New Zealand Army Corps biscuit. There we go. Pharmaceutical firm. I'll take a blue and white one. I have some black dye that needs using. There you go. Give it to Viv. He can customize it. Get it all dyed out. Nice. Although I need to find a home for all of my hats. Mighty Ducks, yeah, baby. Step back up there. Voice mod is broken. Fuck's sake! Yeah, to be fair, usually I would have noticed that when I jump on with Bib, because I usually tinker. This is the stuff that happens off camera. I usually fix that stuff before we go live, but you won't see that stuff. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, my brother nearly choked to death on a fig roll when he was young. This almost feels like you're setting up for a pun there, Luke, particularly with the ellipsis, the 3 dots at the end of the comment. Or is this an actual story? If it is, then I apologise for building up to suspense when someone in your family nearly died. Fig rolls are elite, though. GG show, I agree. I thought fig rolls are for making old people poop. Do they keep it regular? Is it one of those? It needs to sort that throat game out. Easy show. Anyway, I'm not going to bother trying to fix voice mod because I don't really need it that much. What I will do, though, is jump into the news. You may have seen this one because this one is a big old bit of news. We like to talk about the biggest stories from the world of video games, usually from an entertainment and an informational perspective. So we'll tell you about what new games are coming, what we think is pretty cool, nice, yeah, all the good stuff. Yeah, you might be interested in this. However, this one's not so much about what's interesting as about you need to pay attention to this one. So the biggest story of the day is that, and this title isn't something that I'm over-egging. This is the actual wording of the title from Chris Scullion at VGC. The entirety of Twitch has reportedly been leaked. The entirety of Twitch, right down to the source code of Twitch, has been leaked. Apparently. So if you are a Twitch user and you haven't seen this story today, I imagine most community Discords will have had this article shared within it anyway. I've seen that Show has it in his Discord. The 30 Plus guys have it in their Discord. We have it in our Discord. So most community Discords will have shared this. A lot of content creators will have shared this. But if you are a Twitch user, and you, especially if you don't have 2-factor authentication set up, change your Twitch password because everything has been leaked because GG Twitch. Nice. We'll go through that story first. However, here's a roundup of what will be following. Ghost Recon Frontline is a new and evolving free-to-play shooter for up to 102 players. Just announced from Ubisoft, so we'll go through that news. That was the lead story until the Twitch story dropped. Then Battlefield 2042 Standard Edition will let you play across both generations, which is a nice move. If you want to play Battlefield 2042 and you can't get a PS5 and you want to play it on your PS4, well, you can buy the version that will run across both of them rather than to buy separate upgrades, which is kind of how it should work. It's kind of how it works on Xbox, with that stuff. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be a thing. Elsewhere, ex-PlayStation boss thinks Sony will never do day one PS5 and PC releases, which is something we've spoken about before. And then finally, new Xbox Game Pass titles for console, PC, and cloud have been dated. So those are the big old stories of the day. Quite a packed day, so we'll have to try to keep up the pace, particularly because we've been speaking for about 25 minutes. We've been live for 32 minutes, but we've been speaking about 25-ish. So we'll pick up the pace. Ad says Twitch is muddered, getting more pissed off with them all the time. Just wait till they introduce the pay to boost. I can't see that going very well because it was universally panned. So if they still put that out after being bodied by everyone, then anyway, top it off. I got a DMCA warning for a stream that had no music. You're just a musical person, Ads. That's what it is. You've got mad skills. Ad skills. Anyway, on that bombshell, let's jump into the first story. So this is written by Chris Scullion at VGC. The entirety of Twitch has reportedly been leaked. Source codes and user payouts among the data released in a 128 gigabyte torrent. So an anonymous hacker claims to have leaked the entirety of Twitch, including its source code and user payout information. The user posted a 125 gig torrent linked to 4chan on Wednesday, stating that the leak was intended to, quote, foster more disruption and competition in the online video streaming space because, quote, their community is a disgusting, toxic cesspool, end quote. I mean, we've all been in show stream, right? I mean, West streams. Yikes. You go in there, mention the word ketchup, get exercised. Anyway, VGC can verify that the files mentioned on 4chan are publicly available to download as described by the anonymous hacker. One anonymous company source told VGC that the leaked data is legitimate, including the source code for the Amazon-owned streaming platform. Internally, Twitch is aware of the breach, the source said, and it's believed that the data was obtained as recently as Monday. We've requested comment from Twitch and will update the story when it replies. The leaked Twitch data reportedly includes, this is a bulleted list now, so I will run through the list, the entirety of Twitch's source code with comment history going back to its early beginnings, creator payout reports from 2019, mobile, desktop, and console Twitch clients, proprietary SDKs, and internal AWS services used by Twitch. SDKs are developer kits. AWS is Amazon Web Services, by the way. Every other property that Twitch owns, including IGDB and CurseForge, an unreleased Steam competitor codenamed Vapor from Amazon Game Studios. That's pretty interesting. Twitch internal red teaming tools, which are designed to improve security by having staff to pretend to be hackers. And then that's the end of the list. It goes on to say some Twitter users have started making their way through the 125 gigs of information that has leaked, with one claiming that the torrent also includes encrypted passwords and recommending that users enable two-factor authentication to be safe. If you have a Twitch account, it's recommended that you also turn on two-factor authentication, which ensures that even if your password is compromised, you still need your phone to prove your identity using either SMS or an authenticator app. To turn on two-factor authentication, okay, well, there you go, you can get the idea. Moving forward, the torrent also reportedly includes Unity code for a game called Vape World, which appears to be chat software based on Amazon's unreleased Steam competitor, Vapor. Meanwhile, Vapor, the codename for an alleged in-development Steam competitor, is claimed to integrate many of Twitch's features into a bespoke game store. Finally, the leaked documents allegedly show that popular streamers such as Shroud, Nick Merckx, and Dr. Lupo have earned millions from working with the popular streaming platform. I mean, imagine that. I mean, who would have knew? The anonymous leaker has stated that this is just the first part of the content due to be leaked, but hasn't stated what they plan to also release. Twitch is regular. Okay, we find that. Twitch is in the mud. You get it. You get the idea. Big news for a quiet Wednesday morning. The entirety of Twitch has reportedly been leaked. What do you guys think about that? Has anyone changed their passwords already? Is anyone thinking, do you know what, sorry, I'm not going to change my passwords? Give us all of the details. And this is absolutely not just me filling, so I can update the discussing now title 100%. Need to get rid of the word reportedly. That's not going to fit. Okay, is that going to fit? Yeah, the entirety of Twitch has been leaked. Gagad says, what I miss? Not too much yet. We've only just started with the news. We just had a little bit of a catch-up first. So we started doing the studio chat, the merch chat, and all of the other bits and stuff that we've been putting out over the last few days. Actually, was there something else that we needed to mention? I don't think so. Oh, that was it. We put out a nice little asset just to thank you guys for getting us to 100 subscribers. We are still at 100 subscribers, by the way. So we put out an asset thanking people. We also then followed up to say, don't worry if you can't gift subs or anything. We still really, really appreciate it. I wanted that to be clear, so I made sure that we had that as something that we followed up with instantly, because we don't usually shout about our sub leaderboards for gifted subs or bits or whatever. We appreciate it, but we don't necessarily want that to be a major focus, because not everyone's in a position where they can do that. That's just a fact of life. So we wanted to point out that just being here is lovely. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's have a look then. Where did we get to? Madge says, oh, hello, and this story is deeply disturbing. Good morning, Madge. Good afternoon, Madge, even. Also, shout out to Madge. I think we need to have a Madge off, because we've got Magic and Magic Man, both spelt with a J rather than a G in the chat. And I think you guys need to have, like, we made Bibby and OG Bibby have a bib off. Just in case you didn't know, Bibby on our stream is actually fake Bibby. OG Bibby is the one true Bibby. They had a bib off at a Sniper Ghost Warrior event that we ran a couple of years back, and OG Bibby won. So, just saying. So we need to have a Madge off. It's got to happen. Calling the Steam competitor Vapor is trolling at its finest, to be fair. I know, genius. I've had to change mine, even though I've got 2FA, says sure. I bet Twitch is twitching after this news, says Mr. Garlic Clark. It's been a pain in the ass. I changed mine. Never again. What a pain. What is the entirety of anything? What? That's one of those. That's like a 4 a.m. question, Gagad. That's when you've had a few too many beers. Are you drunk, Gagad? It's like this is where Gagad comes in like the hook. That's my secret. I'm always drunk. Nietzsche says change mine chore. I haven't changed mine yet, although 2FA'd, but I'm sitting on that, so I am going to change mine though. I hope someone buys Twitch. It's a mess. Someone did buy Twitch, Amazon, but Twitch is. Or was obviously Justin TV, which was made by a small group of developers. And as anyone that's worked with developers know, developers are wonderful people, some of the most creative people in the world. But developers can also be interesting people. Interesting is a clever choice of word there. So even Amazon. Its core could be held to ransom by the most interesting people around the product, so it could be that too. Changed all mine earlier to I love eggs and ketchup. No one will ever guess that. Oh no, god damn it! It's a pain in the ass, but well overdue to be honest. I've been very security conscious over the past few years. I'm fake, Bibe. Exactly. Hashtag Majoff. There we go. Fucking hell, it was Windows firewall crippling my local network. Absolute shy from Microsoft. We back, boys. Welcome into the chat, Next Gen Base. Just to check to see if it's working though. Next Gen Base. Can you just type exclamation mark 3D in the chat just to see if it works? Amazon a shit too. Says ads. Next Gen Base. It's almost like putting a bunch of big websites in the hand of one or two mega corporations is a very bad idea. I know. Imagine Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook and everything all going down because they're all run by. Oh wait, that happened just a few days ago. Not that that's anything like this. This is huge, and it's interesting that this is everywhere. This is everywhere, and we haven't had any comments from Twitch yet. They haven't put anything out yet, right? I believe they haven't, because this article obviously was posted at 9:19. So that's 3 hours ago. I haven't scrolled through and checked Twitch's comments or Amazon's comments. Have they made comment on this? Because that is a huge thing. I mean, if to give it a game's relevant context, imagine when PSN had its it had its service taken down and a bunch of its data leaked. PlayStation, were they fined like shitloads of money and had to give free games and stuff as a way to sort of like recompense the users for the bullshit that they put them through, having to go through, change usernames and passwords and so on? If Twitch haven't even commented yet, is that just a story of Twitch? They are quite slow to respond to a lot of things and have been consistently. Is this just Twitch being slow? Is this just Twitch being complacent and refusing to comment? Is this Twitch trying to brush it under the carpet, or is it a case of Twitch realize how serious this is and are currently sat around a big table with all of their lawyers going, yeah, you need to say this, you can't say this, you can't accept any punishment or blames for this, because if you do that, you'll open your doors to this. It could be one of a million things in there. The interesting thing, though, is that we've got 128 gigabytes of data already shared, right down to the source code of the website, and there's still more that could potentially be shared. Is the more just going to be more of the same, or is there other things in there? Because the fact that they have a Steam competitor that they're working on called Vapor, once again, Steam, Vapor, GG. I mean, actual GGs on that, GG Twitch. I mean, you've done a lot of stuff wrong, but that's pretty good. The fact that they have a Steam competitor within that. Next Gen Base! Thank you very much for the 4-month resub. Yeah, using that Prime like a boss. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah, the fact that all of this has come out on Twitch hasn't said anything, I kind of feel like, I don't feel like they are just going, whatever, don't even care. I believe that they will be in kind of a disaster recovery sort of situation at the moment. Disaster recovery is usually how you swoop fast to fix the issues, or swoop correctly to fix the issues. I don't think this will be a fast thing from Twitch. I wouldn't be surprised if in 8 hours' time we still don't have a response, or we only just get the response from Twitch saying we've seen all the stories, it's bullshit, or we've seen all the stories, yeah, we're looking into it, or whatever. But you'd kind of expect that to have happened already, but they don't rush with this sort of stuff. Let me keep scrolling. It's yet another string to the bow that YouTube has, says Viv. It is, and it's so frustrating to see. I mean, obviously, we've got a lot of eggs in the Twitch basket. We are Twitch partners. We stream exclusively on Twitch. We do put content. This content will be on YouTube, and some of you may be watching it right now on YouTube. But our eggs are in the Twitch basket. We've worked with Twitch for the best part of a decade, and it's so frustrating to see, like, consistently over a short period of time, failings and shortcomings. And the thing with a hack or with a leak, you're never fully immune to that sort of stuff. And it even mentions within this the fact that Twitch has red teaming tools, so they are trying to protect themselves from hacks. So you kind of would take that with a little bit of a, do you know what, they've tried, they have been trying. But off the back of everything else, it's just like, boys, come on, seriously. Where are we going? Twitch have handed over the social media accounts to Konami for the day. Kappa. I bet it's a legal thing. I bet it's a legal thing as well. Tito says it's concerning a company that manages AWS for thousands of companies have allowed Twitch to be hacked and leaked. That's the thing, though. I mean, a lot of people will often miss the fact that the companies that are there for security or that are there to bring you larger services often are the bigger targets. Because what was that company that we covered a few months back that was a web security firm that had all of its red team tools leaked online? So all of the developers, all of their secret tools to combat hackers were shared with the hackers. So basically their full deck. It's like if they wanted to pull out a Venusaur, all the hackers already knew that Charizard would absolutely kick its ass, so just use Charizard. Boom, Pokemon reference, that's for sure. Don't know if it's still here, but there you go. So, yeah, Twitch, Amazon, AWS, Amazon Web Services probably host the majority of the internet. I don't know, maybe Google might have something competitive in terms of market share. I assume AWS is the market leader. I don't know. But that does make them a very big target. So you can kind of see it's a bit scary to see the ones that you are counting on to host your websites and stuff being hacked, but that makes them a target in that sort of sense, if you get what I'm saying. But you'd kind of give them a little bit of leeway. They're saying, I mean, you are success is a target, so you are a target. So you can kind of you'd let that slide, but with everything else that's happening, it's just another one of those things. It was like to bring it back to a video game comparison, Microsoft is kicking ass with its marketing and its content. Not so much with its Gamescom show, but okay, we'll let that slide. It's just one presentation. PlayStation, though, haven't been kicking ass. So every little bit that adds up, it's not like one major blow, but it's like a death of 1,000 cuts. Whereas Twitch has had almost like a death, not a death of 1,000 cuts, but it's like a death of 1,000 major blows. Like one or two major blows, you're like, okay, that's a fucking haymaker you've just been hit with. But just dust yourself off, get back in the fight. But it's just like, how many more haymakers do we have to just let go? You're not a good boxer. God damn. Either that or you have to sub Amazon Prime to get the statement. I don't know if I read that one out before, but yeah, imagine. Vapor will flop unless there's a PlayStation app for it. eFootball will be fixed before Twitch is. Going to update my stuff now. Grrr, says Madge. Okay, we'll see you in a couple of hours. It's not the easiest process. Exclamation mark, Garlic Clark. Hey, it's been a while since we've had that in the chat. How's things, Iceman? Wait, isn't the new version of Android out today? I don't know. I tried to get an iPhone on the weekend. Didn't work. Ain't got none. God damn it. We started off with a plan to redefine Twitch. We quickly found we went far beyond the boundaries of Twitch, so we retitled it e-streaming. It's not hit BBC News yet. Soon, TM. Fuck BBC News. They're a scam. Anyway, blatant plug time, yo. Far Cry 6 review for your delectation once the scoop is done, y'all. There you go, check it out. I will actually check that out. I want to see some Far Cry 6 stuff. What is the chicken dude from Breaking Bad? What's his real life name? I always forget his name. Good actor. He was enough for it to have my attention. I've kind of drifted away from Far Cry. That's it, Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, he was enough to have my attention. Not my sale, but yeah, a nice review might be enough. So I'll check it out. Thank you very much for the share. Got it on my watch later today already. GG's. Got fuck all to do until 3. Well, if you want to nip into the studio and give Bibby a hand putting the ICU studio together, feel free. Just wank till 3. He's a easy tiger. It's not one of those shows. Chapper says Esposito. By the way, Giancarlo Esposito, you have to say Giancarlo, and then you have to, like, drag out the E so you can go Esposito. And then you have to... Yeah, okay, never mind. It's basically, here's all of the Far Cry, and it's got your man, Gus Fring. Yeah, exactly. Never seen that Garlic Clark clip before. I can sympathise. He still calls me Shotgun. Shotgun Ash. Nice. Yeah. We obviously dropped... We'd been aware of Fixer anyway, and we'd had a few conversations. We'd hosted, raided, and he'd done a few back. And I think that was off the back of a raid. We'd raided him. So Garlic Clark, aka Gary Clark, dropped a follow in the stream. So naturally, us being us, and as show knows, with our levels of banter and inter-channel banter, started taking the piss out of Garlic Clark. Obviously using that as a way to, hey, Garlic Clark. And we had to kind of let Fixer know that we weren't taking the piss out of him. He was like, going for a man with dyslexia. It's like, it's not even that. It's we're going for Gary. Because that's what we do. We love each other so much that we attack each other in a nice way. Obviously, there's ways it can be bad, but yeah, I've been turned I'll CMC Fixer in court. It's all right, Garlic. And then Pirate went the next level, made up a Twitter account and everything. It was exceptional. At Garlic Clark on Twitter. There's a Garlic Clark Twitter account, a Twitch account, and everything within minutes. It was genius. And shout out to Gary Clark for being exceptional with it as well, because a lot of people would have been like, "Fuck you guys." So yeah, it's not bullying if the other person enjoys it. Ish. Honestly, lads who have great respect for each other should rip each other to their faces and praise them behind their backs. Exactly. That's just what happened here, Garlic Clark. Exactly that, but without the praise. So yeah, anyway, enough about praise. Back to the negativity. Let's jump on from the negativity. The entirety of Twitch has reportedly been leaked. I don't expect this to be the last of the story. We've given you the story as it happens. It's kind of hard to draw opinions from this, other than the instant facepalm, more that sort of stuff. I think that is where I sit. I imagine that's where a lot of where you guys sit with this. So it's a bit disappointing. It's hard to draw full conclusions without the scale of it being fully addressed. And with this story only coming out 3.5 hours ago now, then it's the full scale hasn't been met. With more leaks still to come, we will keep this story up to date, but change your passwords. If you don't have 2FA set up, because there's a good chance that someone would be able to go through it. Do you know, it's probably just time to change your passwords anyway. Just give it a go. Yeah? Nice. You know where I sit with Twitch. Next Gen Base on its face. Oh, it's one of those days for you guys, isn't it, right? Yes, it is. Anyway, that's enough for Twitch. Let's talk about video games. Obviously, there is a big shooter that everyone is talking about today, and that game is Battlefield. So we'll talk about that next. We'll start people talking about this one instead. Ghost Recon Frontline is a new and evolving free-to-play shooter for up to 102 players with a smaller 9v9 offering and other modes. This is written by Tom Phillips at Eurogamer. Sorry for the Battlefield plug. I've just seen it. It's everywhere. As we'd expect, we've been excited to play it. It's everywhere this morning. But whilst we knew Battlefield were coming, we didn't know about this, as Ubisoft has announced Ghost Recon Frontline, a new free-to-play class-based installment in its long-running tactical military shooter series. Frontline will offer a variety of modes, but its flagship offering available at launch will be Expedition, a 102-person large-scale mode where teams of 3 players complete objectives before calling for extraction. A secondary mode, Control, will offer a 9v9 points-based affair, though details on this are more sketchy. In Frontline's reveal during tonight's Ghost Recon 20th anniversary live stream, let me hit play on this video. Keep it muted though. In Frontline's reveal during tonight's Ghost Recon 20th anniversary live stream, Ubisoft vaguely mentioned a traditional arena shooter offering, as well as other additional modes, which would launch within Frontline season by season. While some of the gameplay will be familiar to Ghost Recon fans, and Ubisoft promised Frontline would eventually boast a variety of modes with something for everyone, early reaction to the reveal from the stream's hardcore fan audience has been mixed. It hasn't helped that Ubisoft's announcement for Frontline focuses heavily on details of its expedition mode, or that the game's press release omits detail on other offerings apart from a note that additional modes will be available at launch. Consequently, coverage of the game's reveal has largely been focused on expedition mode's battle royale-like qualities. In its own press release, Ubisoft describes Expedition as a new take on the battle royale genre with no converging circle. But speaking in a Games Radar interview published alongside the announcement, Frontline's brand director Stefan Marinescu said the game was actually different in many ways. Battle Royale is a genre. It's not like we're very far away from it, but we are different in many ways, Marinescu said. We are free to play indeed, but we are a tactical, action, massive PvP shooter. That's what we want to call it. It's our own very personal take on this massive PvP shooting scene that's done in the Ghost Recon universe. We always wanted to have something different. We didn't want to come to the market with the same thing as everyone else. Elsewhere, fans have compared Expedition Mode's gameplay to Escape from Tarkov. Ghost Recon Frontline is in development for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, plus Amazon Luna and Google Stadia. There's no detail when the game will arrive, other than a statement from Ubisoft during its live stream that Frontline was still early in development. The technical test for PC players in Europe to play Expedition Mode will take place starting next week. That's the 14th of October, with sign-ups available now. Is my initial... If it's sum it up in a noise? What do you guys think? Well, I know what Mr. T says. He says, why is everyone so horny in here today? It's sure. He brings it out of people. Why is everyone so horny? They can feel it coming in the air tonight. Easy chappers. Easy. It's Wednesday, innit? Hump day. There you go. That's what it is. It's in the name. Tito says, I don't have much hope in Ubisoft new IPs. Hyperscape, anyone? Let me just get Ghost Recon Frontline copied, paste that into the discussing now line. Boom. I'll just leave it as that. They did a mobile game, Dead Already. Can't wait for the new Heartland game. Gary says, I'm always horny to Mr. T. Tito says, I give it a month. Viv says, I love most Ghost Recon games. Next Gen Bay says, Ubisoft, please stop with the Clancy Masturbate-a-thon and just get fucking Skull and Bones ready, please. On this, just give me Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter remake or reboot. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the Ghost Recon series. I spent too many hours playing the early Ghost Recon games, but then dropped off, as did a lot of people. Tom Clancy's games were exceptional, as you would expect. The Tom Clancy games had to live up to the caliber of storytelling that you'd expect from a Tom Clancy universe. And they did. But then they became the annual releases, just cashing in, finding in different ways to add grind, and to add in-game purchases, to speed up the grind, to take the money off you without real substance. I don't mind spending money on a game as long as it has substance. I spent a lot of money on PUBG, which has a lot of substance. It also is infuriating, but at least it has the substance at the core. Having a game that doesn't have the substance and has the infuriation is not necessarily a great business strategy. And that's kind of where we've been with Ghost Recon. Me and Bib were actually looking at what was the most recent one. I can't remember if Breakpoint or Wildlands was the most recent one. But it launched and it was just like and me and Bib were looking at videos of it like last week or the week before, and it actually looks incredibly good now. They've put a lot of time into fixing the ness of it, adding quality content. So seeing what they've done with the last games and the fact that Ubisoft have been slapped around by their internal teams saying, look, okay, you are just churning games out that people aren't loving. You are just churning out an Assassin's Creed game every 12 months that isn't great. Make better games that take longer to arrive. And Valhalla was an exceptional game compared to the last few games, and an exceptional game in its own right, really. And I want to see them doing that with Ghost Recon content. I'm not convinced by the wording of this, though. I love the idea of a new, evolving free-to-play shooter for up to 102 players. 102? Why is this? Obviously, that's because it's in teams of 3, and you get to 99, and then you get to 102. So there you go. They wanted more than 100 players, and 102 was the closest to get with teams of 3. Nice. But that free-to-play a shooter for 102 players, smaller modes, larger modes, battle royale-esque elements. That should speak to me. But I also find a little bit of... It's not uncommon for video games companies to have a scattergun approach. What do you want to do? I want to make a battle royale game that is survival in its purest element. Says Brendan Green, ex-PUBG. And we got the birth of PUBG and the battle royale genre, Fortnite and things like that, came from one clean, pure thought. This feels like it's, okay, we want that thought, but other thoughts as well, just to make sure that we cover all of the boxes, tick, 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 tick. That if we tick more boxes, more people will be happy, and we'll get more players. Ta-da! And that's not how it works. I mean, it is how it works quite a lot of the time, sadly. Tick all the boxes and you'll get some people in and you can just churn it. But the best games, the best experience come from a very simplistic thought. And this feels like it has a little bit too much. Did you guys get the same sort of thing, or is that just me? Because, like, the bit that Tom Phillips was... I didn't quite digest it as I was going. I'm not going to go back and read through it. It was a difficult one for me to digest. But he was... I got from that article that the press release was a little bit vague. The fact that they've called it like Battle Royale, but not Battle Royale, it's their own spin on Battle Royale. And how many different video game companies have come with their own spin on Battle Royale, which is pretty much, okay, it's not a circle, it's a square. It's not a square, it's a hexagon. Oh, great, nice. Okay, rather than having fog, we've got a lightning storm. Rather than a lightning storm, we've got firestorm. Rather than firestorm, we've got, what else can we do? Video game, world degrading, Hyperscape, anyone? So yeah, I love the idea of a new Tom Clancy game. I love the idea of a good modern battle royale, something that can fight against PUBG and make them actually have to perform for a change. I don't believe this. I don't know. I feel like this might not be what I want it to be. Where do we go to? Longer development cycle than Cyberpunk 2077. I'm sure Skull and Bones was announced in 1985. I remember seeing Skull and Bones and what's the one that's Sea of Thieves, both announced in the same. It might have even been the same conference. Could have been. Maybe it was the same E3 anyway, thinking, oh, we've gone from no pirate games to 2 pirate games. And thinking Skull and Bones was the better one, in my opinion. And then it just disappeared. Was it like 4 or 5 years ago now it was first shown? Yeah. Bring that. Tom Clancy games were good when Tom Clancy was alive. There is that. There is that. I feel like they've gone away from what made Ghost Recon unique. They've gone all full-on shooter. The best Ghost Recon games, Advanced Warfighter, were about utilizing great tech, being super tactical solo or co-op online with friends against challenging AI. This new direction for the series is not for me. Too close to other shooters, and I believe that's it. Like, what do you do when you're getting too close to other shooters? Do you diversify and make yourself different? Do you disrupt the market by doing something different? Or do you B, do the same, but say it's your own spin on something different? And a lot of companies choose B, and that's kind of what I felt like this was it. It's like, that Battle Royale is a genre. It's not like we're very far away from it, but we are different in many ways. So we're Battle Royale, but not Battle Royale. We're different, but quite the same, actually, but different. Yeah, I don't know. Ubisoft, I will give you the benefit of doubt and I will see what happens. But at the moment, your messaging is a little bit muddy. It's not very clear. Madge says, and back! Tom Clancy game started to decline sadly the moment the man passed away, for sure. Agreed, Advanced Warfighter was fantastic, but the new Ghost Recon games aren't for me. Far too generic. Viv says, Tom Clancy Battle Royale, when the edge of the zone touches you, you fall off the page. Touche! Maybe that's it. Get full on, lean into the book analogy. That's the one. We were at E3 when it was announced. I think it was 2015. 2015, it was that... this year? Or was that 2016? Just an excuse to use the next-gen base, not like this emote. There you go. GG's, Ben. Slight tangent, Sea of Thieves is an amazing game. They've had to pull off a madness to outdo that. Yeah. I mean, a bunch of people have been saying that recently. Was it Mr. T? Garlic Clark? Oh, there you go. Next gen base the same. Sea of Thieves is phenomenal. Need to get back into that. Fancy joining our Scurvy Crew, Shogun Ash, Asim Tanvir, Gary Clark. Exactly. Was it you three, NGB, Mr. T, and Garlic that were all playing it? You were sharing some clips of it recently. I wasn't E3 2015, got married. I missed the Final Fantasy VII Last Guardian Shenmue triple whammy. Yikes. I'm sure you don't tell your wife that every single time it's your anniversary, right? Right? But anyway, yes, Ghost Recon Frontline is a new and evolving free-to-play shooter for up to 102 players. I'm not gonna... I feel like maybe I've been a bit harsh on this. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be realistic. No, I'm not trying to be realistic at all. I love the idea of Ghost Recon games. Just like I love the idea of Battlefield, which is where we're going to jump into the next story. Ghost Recon is storytelling gameplay for me. Ghost Recon as a run and gun, more of the same gameplay isn't Ghost Recon. That's Call of Duty, which has a place in video games, has a place in my life in video games. I like Call of Duty games, but I don't play Call of Duty all the time because that's not my prerequisite. That's not my go-to permanency. I will play some Vanguard. I will maybe play a lot of Vanguard if I like it, but the pacing of it is not what I want to see Ghost Recon. If I wanted Call of Duty pacing, I would play Call of Duty, and that's my worry here. Is it sounds a little bit like trying to tick too many boxes, which is not what I want from Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon has one very, very distinct box that I would like it to tick. Give me something immersive. I mean, it does mention Tarkov within this. People saying the gameplay is like Tarkov. If it is, then that is more where I want it to go. Maybe not to that extent, but yeah, that's more where I see it for me. I like Sea of Thieves, says Viv. It's been too long. I should give it a go again. Along with all of the other games. Not sure which is bigger, the excitement of getting married or the disappointment at not combusting mid-conference. Thankfully, you got a decent thing out of it in Rachel. Exactly. Tarkov is wholly unforgiving. I'd love a BR with Tarkov. Imagine that TTK, that level of difficulty, that level of reality with Tarkov in it. I mean... There's a space for that. PUBG it's pushed the genre, the shooting genre past the CODs and stuff. CODs was always like hitmarker, and heal, and fine. Hitmarker, and heal, and fine. And PUBG took it to okay, you could just die. You can just die without even knowing it. And Tarkov is, okay, you could just die without even knowing that you don't even know it. It's that extreme. And yeah, if Ghost Recon is going to a battle royale, I'd see it being more of that ilk. But it doesn't sound like it is. 3-player squad teams, 102 players, 9v9 offerings as well. I don't know. Anyway, what I do know is that I am excited to play Battlefield 2042. Is anyone going to be playing Battlefield today? Any of you guys jumping in? Anyone streaming it? Anyone streamed it already? I know Hamish was streaming it this morning. I haven't had a chance to jump into his stream this morning. So, does he like it? If anyone has watched it, what are his thoughts? What are your thoughts on his thoughts? Do let me know, because I've not played any, but I do have access to it. I am a EA Play user, although I do know that there has been some issues with EA Play getting into the games, right? Apparently, the game has been so oversubscribed that the servers have been struggling to cope with the demand, and EA/DICE have been trying loads of fixes server side to try and make it accessible to more players. I don't know. But, that's just about the early access, which has started this morning. Early access, I think, is it 48 hours early access users, and then everyone gets in an open beta or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, enough about the beta / early accesses. Let's talk about the full game. As do you know what? GG's to EA/DICE for this. Battlefield 2042 Standard Edition will now let you play across both generations. Dual entitlement coming to both PlayStation and Xbox. EA has simplified its various offerings of Battlefield 2042 when it launches on November the 19th, with standard digital versions of the game on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, S and X now offering dual entitlement, which opens up versions for both generations of hardware. It seems a fairer way of doing things than the original proposition, which locked cross-gen behind more expensive editions of Battlefield 2042. Though, given the wording of EA's announcement, it does seem you'll still have to pay the £10 premium associated with next-gen versions if you want dual entitlement. The news comes on the eve of Battlefield 2042's open beta, which goes live tomorrow and runs through to October the 9th. So, I mean, I could be wrong with the way that I understood this. So they used to have the standard edition that you could buy for the PS5 or for the PS4. if you bought the PS5 version, you could play on the PS5, but you couldn't play on the PS4, and vice versa. I believe now, if you buy the PS5 version, it works on the PS4, right? But if you buy the PS4 version, you have to spend 10 quid to upgrade to get the PS5 version. I think that is right. Obviously, not quite as nice as Xbox's Smart Delivery, where you buy it for the Xbox One, you get it for the Series X. So buy for the one console, you get for the Series console. You have to pay the £10 premium to upgrade to the next gen game. I believe that is the way that I've read that, which I don't mind. There is costs for making games next genable. Obviously, EA make a ton of money, so could they absorb these costs? Maybe, but that's a different conversation. I don't mind a simple, flat way of doing it. I didn't like the fact that to get cross-gen versions, you had to buy into the special editions, the ultimate editions, the mega editions. I don't like that. I think a special edition isn't just cross-gen. Cross-gen is just access to a game. Special edition is additional content, is DLCs, is skins, is ultimate editions, is actual physical items. So I will give them praise for this. I know people will say it still stops short because they still have to pay £10 premium to get next-gen gaming. I'll keep the trailer on. There's still 45 seconds of it left yet. That you have to pay a premium to get the next gen gaming, but you have to pay a premium for next gen games. So I don't mind that. I can live with that. The fact that you would have to buy last gen and then buy full next gen, I didn't agree with. So I will give them praise for this. This is the minimum that I would have liked them to have done, and they've hit the minimum. They've not gone overboard. They've not given everything free for PS4 and PS5 users just by buying a PS4 copy, but they've done the minimum, so I can't fault them with that. Tito says it's available through Game Pass for a low monthly fee of only $9.99. You can get access to hundreds of games, including day one releases and through EA Play. You can even get the first 3 months for only £1. Pow! Nice. Shout out to Agent Tito from the Xbox marketing team. Love to see it. Gary says, Jesus, a Brazilian footballer, has been charged with murder for kicking a ref in the head. Attempted murder. I did see that. Also, with you saying Jesus, was that Jesus, as you said it, in exclamation? Or was that you saying Jesus as in that's the player's name? Jesus, Brazilian footballer. Anyway, that's enough of that. That Battlefield Madness, I'm going to rewind that just in case anyone hasn't seen this. Jumps out of a plane, shoots another plane with a rocket launcher, floats back down, gets into his plane, and then gets the fuck out of Dodge. I do see quite a lot of people actually criticizing Battlefield, saying it's not a realistic shooter because of things like that. That is a 1 in a million moment that was so obscene that it made it into a trailer. That's not Battlefield generally. Battlefield can have crazy moments, but it generally isn't like that. I'm super excited to play this. Is anyone going to be playing Battlefield today, later on today? Anyone playing now? Anyone going to be playing over the course of this week? What are your thoughts? What do you guys think about Standard Edition giving you cross-play with a fee, 10 quid? Do you like that? Do you feel it should be fee? Is it close enough to like you think, okay, that's a nice move? Is it not far enough? What do you guys think? I saw that in the trailer and got tingles. Exceptional. The fact that some people can see that as a negative for Battlefield, I just feel like that's people that maybe haven't played enough Battlefield. For someone to go out of their way and do that and achieve, I mean, just hitting a rocket launcher shot can be hard enough for some people. Hitting a jet with a rocket launcher shot can be hard enough for a lot of people. But jumping out of a jet, hitting a jet, and then jumping back into a jet. Jeez. Wait, you have to pay for cross-play? Cross-gen. Play across both generations. So it was a case of if you wanted to play it on the PS4 and the PS5, you had to buy one of the special editions, which were more expensive. If you bought the basic edition, you would then have to buy that for the PS4 or the PS5. Whereas now, the standard edition, should I say, the standard edition, if you buy the PS5 one, that unlocks next gen for you, and you can play that on the PS4. Basically, the standard edition gives you access to both generations. However, if you buy that on the PS4, it doesn't unlock next gen gameplay. It only works on the PS4. But now, rather than having to buy the full game again, you can just pay 10 quid to upgrade. I believe that's the way it is. Do feel free to correct me if I've misinterpreted that. This article doesn't go very in depth. I'm just going off of what I saw across social media last night. So Part Welsh, aka Freeman, Adam Freeman, who works at EA, friend of the channel. I was looking at his tweets yesterday as he was posting the messages out. Honestly, the fee isn't scary, given that years ago I had to buy a new GTA 5 when from Xbox 60 to Xbox One, £40 new game minimum. Same for Battlefield 4 at the time, so £10 easy. I agree. West says, the trial looks really glitchy and laggy. Lack of cross-gen means I won't bother as most people will be playing next-gen. Okay, so it doesn't have cross-gen gameplay. Yikes, I thought it did. Oh, okay. Feels a bit wrong to be praising EA for this decision after charging 90 quid for FIFA's PS 5.4 digital edition. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm praising them. I would say that they've hit. I mean, I said they've hit the minimum. They've done so. I can't fault them for hitting the minimum, but they've not gone above and beyond. They've also got rid of that 90 quid for a PS4 5 digital edition element. I mean, that's EA doing EA things. People paying for it though. I feel like they get away with that with the sports games crowd a little bit more than they do with a Battlefieldy crowd. So I think that's the reason why these sort of changes have probably been implemented. Well, let me put Battlefield 2042 actually. Even though we've almost finished on this story, I will get it on the screen. Battlefield 2042's dual entitlement. Okay. On screen. Nice. There we go. Yeah, that's fair. Bare minimum is sadly the point that people think is amazing now. Video games. See, I think it's good. I don't think it's amazing. Amazing is smart delivery. You buy it and it will forward onto your next console and you can, yeah, wonderful. That is video games amazing. But if you like the conversation we had many times was Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Ubisoft were one of the first to go, if you've got that on the PS3 and you want the PS4 version, 10 quid, rather than having to do what Viv mentioned about buying the full 40, 45 quid game, again, from 360 to Xbox One, from PS3 to PS4. So that was something that's celebrated, and it's still not fully ingrained. So that seeing that in, I'm still going to high five them for that. I'm still going to high five them. I won't say it's amazing. They've not gone above and beyond, but they have given more than EA often would give. So yeah, I'm happy enough to praise that. High five praise. What, you get what I'm saying. Anyway, still unsure if I get this. I like the look of it and idea of playing it, but in reality, I don't think many friends I know will be regularly on it. Plus, so many other games doesn't justify £65 for an online only game for me. That makes sense. I mean, if you've got Call of Duty that has Warzone, and you can play that for free, and you have PUBG, because everyone's got PUBG, right? You're all playing that with me, right? And you've got Insurgent Sandstorm because whoever's playing that. Does this entice you in enough? Is it Game Pass? Is it not Game Pass? Because that will be a big thing for it for me. Because if it's not free to play, are they adding a free to play element for this? I can't remember. I mean, they have some cool stuff in there with like Portal and stuff like that. But the free to play thing, as we saw with Insurgency Sandstorm, is a big barrier for entry. If your shooter isn't free to play and people are already established in a free to play shooter, then you will always have difficulty trying to prize open wallets, not just the market. The Ultimate Edition worked out to be a good deal in my opinion. 20% off through EA Access and FIFA 21, and then 4,600 FIFA points, that equivalent of £30, wasn't obscene as it seemed. Yeah, that's the thing though. I mean, a lot of people will criticise that. The fact that you're getting £30 equivalent of FIFA points. A lot of people will criticise it and say, well, what if I don't want the FIFA points? Why are you feeding my addiction early? Why are you pushing me into it early? But it's all dependent on context, and not context, but personal opinion. It's a very, very subjective thing. So that, for a lot of people, is an exceptional deal. Those 4,600 FIFA points, I saw a lot of positivity around that from long-term FIFA players saying, okay, this is big. They've never done this before. This is huge. But then again, a lot of people that aren't in that area will see that as a huge negative as well. So it just depends on where you start from in that sort of sense. But I mean, I don't play it, so I don't really care. Not that I don't play it. I don't play a lot of it. I definitely don't play Ultimate Team, but I do dabble with FIFA mainly for the clubs bit here and there, but if it works, it works. Player base starts to dwindle. Bang it on Game Pass. Boom. Not picking at you here, GD. No, you're always picking at me. Just having my opinions. It's a podcast. That's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, no, I genuinely hope Battlefield is successful. I mean, the more worrying thing for me is the fact that West has said, or was it West? Yeah, the trial looks glitchy and laggy. Lack of cross-gen means that he's not going to be able to play it. It being glitchy and laggy is the thing for me. Because Battlefield, the last couple of Battlefields have not been perfect. They have not been perfect. And that's what you need. When Call of Duty Warzone was essentially perfect, it wasn't really. Call of Duty Warzone was crap in its first attempt, but they just had it under a different name. Blackout was a bit shit. Let's be honest. Anyone that played Blackout, that was Call of Duty going, okay, we can do Battle Royale because we're Call of Duty and we know gun games. And they didn't do it very well at all. No content. It died within minutes and PUBG grew off again. Nice. But Warzone was like, okay, we'll forget that we've dabbled already and we'll go big and we'll do it. And they've killed it with Warzone with their constant content. I mean, yeah, fair enough. There's been bugs and there's been cheating and there's all sorts of issues and stuff. But in terms of the idea of the game, if there wasn't that external input from players creating metas, creating overused classes and on all of those faults, Warzone has been killing it. And I think that's pretty fair to say. It's undeniable. So Battlefield, to get into that area, needs to smash it. So if it's laggy and glitchy, then that's the worst news that I've had all week. No! God damn it. Because it needed to be good. It needs to be good. Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, whilst they were great over time, by the time you got to the Pacific expansion in Battlefield 1, it was a great game. Not for me, First off, it's not a modern warfare sort of game. It's old school wars, which I'm not bothered about. Battlefield 2042 is futuristic-ish modern warfare. Only like 21 years in the future. So okay, that's fine. That's kind of where I'm at. But if it's not perfect, it's not going to be a success. I will put my hat, which we're selling by the way, on the line and say that if it's not perfect, it's got a very difficult road ahead of it. I missed the old Battlefield campaigns. I mean, that's the thing as well. No campaign. Call of Duty got slated for that when they didn't have a campaign for a year, and a lot of the Battlefield fanboys were like, well, Battlefield always kills it with the campaigns. Call of Duty has good campaigns, but no campaign whatsoever. And then Battlefield turns around and does the same thing. It's like, ooh, give me all the FIFA points. I'm now addicted. Get in. That's it. Get them injected. It's awful. I've seen it looking like PS1 graphics. It'll be better soon though. Just flooded right now. I mean, it's not out yet. I was hoping it was gonna be. I probably had unfair expectations. I didn't expect, actually not expectation, hopes. I didn't expect it to be flawless. I just hoped it would be in this test. Obviously they've put the game back because they didn't feel it was ready. But I was hoping this was just going to be like, fuck, if this is what it's like now, imagine what it's going to be at launch. Whereas now it's like, oh, if this is what it's like now, hopefully it'll be right for launch, which that's not what I wanted. You could just send me that cap off your head instead of making me wait for a new one, says Nietzsche. Well, we do have some left in the office. Maybe we'll... I mean, the fight to the death that we were talking about earlier on, my God, I've only just realised that the stream title... Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, that's the wrong one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we have 4 blue ones in the office and 4 black ones in the office. 2 of each style of the black ones. 2 flat peak, 2 curved peak. So we could have some fight to the death to sort out who wins those, So yeah, the name Battlefield always reminds me of a Primark sale. I mean, I wouldn't know. I just keep away. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Anyway, let's pick up the pace and move ahead. Still got 2 stories left, and we are quite over time. Do you know what? I will just jump to the last story. I will leave the fact that PlayStation isn't going to have PC and PlayStation games launching alongside each other. Well, according to an ex-PlayStation boss. We'll just jump into our free game-ish Wednesday. So we have free game Friday. This is free game-ish Wednesday. We'll jump into our free game-ish Wednesday wrap-up, which is from Tom Ivan at VGC. And it says, new Xbox Game Pass titles for console, PC, and cloud have been dated. So free games that you're paying for already that are out-ish. Not yet. Including Back for Blood, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and the Rift Breaker. So Microsoft has confirmed the next wave of titles coming to Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and Xbox Cloud Gaming. Totally accurate battle simulator for cloud, console, and PC joins the service today ahead of the Procession to Calvary, which is on cloud, console, and PC, and Visage on cloud, console, and PC on October the 7th. They will be followed by Back for Blood and Destiny 2 Beyond Light on October 12th, Ring of Pain and the Rift Breaker on October 14th, and The Good Life on October 15th. The following titles will be leaving Xbox Game Pass on October 15th. Goner 2, Heave Ho, Katana Zero, Scourgebringer, Tales of Vesperia HD, and The Swords of Ditto, which isn't a Pokemon game, by the way. So there you go. If you have Game Pass, there is a little bit of a refresh. Some games are disappearing, but arguably the games that are disappearing aren't anywhere near the games that are being added. Destiny 2 and Back for Blood alone are huge names, and more feathers in the cap. Not the ICU Blackout Baseball cap, but more feathers in the cap for Xbox. So there you go. Game Pass users, more games, which makes the most attractive deal in game, and even more attractive GTs enjoys. And that is the end of the show. Thank you, everyone that has joined us for the scoop. Let me give you a recap of the stories that we covered. We did have to drop one due to timing, but the entirety of Twitch has reportedly been leaked. Everything has been leaked. Change your passwords. Do it. Ghost Recon Frontline is a new and evolving free-to-play shooter for up to 102 players. Ubisoft announcing a new game in the Ghost Recon universe. Battlefield 2042's Standard Edition will now let you play across both generations. So if you buy the PS5 version, you can play on the PS4. If you can't get hold of a PS5, you can play both games. Nice. And then finally, we detailed the new Xbox Game Pass titles for console, PC, and cloud, including Back for Blood, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and the Rift Breaker. Nice. So yeah, that's it. I am going to go find a friend to raid. Do you know what? I will see if Hamish is still on, actually, because I've been talking about Battlefield. I do want to see some Battlefield stuff. Let's see if Hamish is still going. Is he? Nacho is on. It looks like Hamish might have finished. Okay, well, maybe we'll go say hello to Nacho. Hamish is off. Okay, we'll go say hello to Gaming Nacho. If you haven't seen Nacho, ridiculously good PUBG player. It infuriates me that he's so much better than I am. But do you know what? I don't care. Okay, so do stick around for the raid. We're going to raid Gaming Nacho. He plays a lot of PUBG. He plays a lot of first-person shooters. He's played some Insurgency last week. He's playing Battlefield right now. Do feel free to go over the raid because you get channel points to spend on our channel. You can make me sit up straight with a posture check. Or you could buy yourself a free sub if you stick around for long enough. So do feel free to stick around for the raid because you will get extra channel points. Plus, we help out Gaming Nacho by dropping into his stream. When you get into his stream, do let him know that Ice Cream Uploads sent you. I see you raid, whatever you want. Drop some Ice Cream Uploads emotes. Do whatever you got to do. Just let him know that you came from here. Nice. In the meantime, if you want to help shape our show, we are done with a scoop today. We might be back tomorrow with a scoop from the studio, depending on how much Bibby gets done in the studio today. We might be back with a scoop tomorrow. So if you want to help shape that show, feel free to share the biggest, the best, the breaking news stories that you come across with us. You can either share them with us on social media at Ice Cream Uploads across the board, or you can drop them in our Discord. All you need to do is give us the link, your thoughts and impressions. We will give you our thoughts and impressions on all of those stories on the very next show. Like I say, could be 10 o'clock-ish tomorrow from the studio. Could be Friday. If the studio is not in a shape, we won't have the facility. We don't have the facilities for that, Big Ben. We won't have the facilities to bring you the scoop tomorrow, so it'll be Friday. So, but you know what? Get your notifications turned on. You will find out. Shout out to Mr. Gally Clark for dropping the Discord on the social links in the chat. Nietzsche recommended Sheepfragger. Twitch show says, "What did you call me?" I don't know who Sheepfragger is. I'm gonna raid Nacho. I don't think we've had the ability to raid Nacho before, so maybe once. So we'll go and raid Nacho because we know Nacho. We'll check out Sheepfragger though. On that bombshell, have a fantastic day, ladies and gentlemen. I may find some time to jump on with either Battlefield or PUBG at some point, maybe later on. Just a difficult week trying to get back into the whole work-life environment. So streams are a little bit stretched this week, but I appreciate you guys for still joining us for the scoop and stuff when we do go live. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. That's it. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I was turning voice mod on, but it didn't work anyway, so I'll just do it in my normal voice. Stay frosty. Stay frosty.